Hello and welcome to Unikron's Gaming. Today is going to be something a little bit different. We're going to talk about Taito's Crime City, and this was suggested to me and brought to my attention by I believe he's one of my subscribers, by Pink Flamingo 6032. We'll just call him Pink Flamingo for short. So yeah, we're going to talk about this game and I'm going to give my opinions on it. Thank you for recommending it to me, Pink Flamingo. He knows I like the Shadow Dancer and Shinobi series, and you know, this is in that same vein. So let's get to it. As per usual, we're going to do a very brief history about the game. Obviously the game is called Crime City. It's an action game. Obviously it's released by and created by Taito, I believe in 1989. There's not much to it really. It's, the Crime City is rampant. I don't know, it's being held hostage by evil organizations and other type of crime syndicates and elements. Obviously the crime is very serious, and the police obviously cannot cope. So because of that, we're here, and Tony Gibson and Raymond Brody are on the streets as plainclothes policemen, and they're going to clean up the city. So there's just a few instructions and stuff like that about how to play the game. Obviously I'm playing this on the PlayStation 5. This is a PS4 game, and this is the archives version or emulation. Okay, first up is mechanics and general gameplay. So this is a two-player game. Obviously I'm only playing it one player. I take control of both characters, just you know, it's just a color swap basically. Sorry, a palette swap basically. They don't play any differently. So you have a gun, you can shoot, you have to pick up ammo along the way. Otherwise, when you run out of ammo, you've just got your fist and your feet. You can get power-ups or other weapons. Obviously, they have limited ammo as well. And the same thing applies. Once they finish, you go back to your pea shooter. And if you don't have your pea shooter, then fisticuffs. You have a roll, which can take out enemies, which is nice. You have a jump and a high jump. You have a stock system. So when you get hit, you lose a star. And that is your stock system. And you also, obviously, got a life bar as well. Punches and kicks don't take that much stuff, but an actual just a bullet and then you're done. You're down to your stock system. What else is there? Oh, one of the stranger things about this game is that the roll is invincible for being hit by physical attacks by the enemies, but projectiles it's not invincible. So there's no invincibility frames at all when it comes to the roll, but the roll can hit multiple enemies multiple times, so the roll is pretty useful there. That's about it for the general mechanics of the game. When it comes to those aspects, there's not really much else you can do. I mean, at times you can pick up health and a grenade, but I didn't find those very often. They came in the same parts all the time. I'm not too sure if this is the type of game where if you pick up a certain amount of points, you get an extra life. I'm assuming so, because it's a Taito game. And obviously, how could I forget? It's also timed. There is a time limit, like most classic arcade games of that era. So for general gameplay, you go left to right, standard action platformer, and then at other times you can go right to left, which is not necessarily standard. And then you can actually have certain sections where you shoot into the screen, a la, I don't know, something a bit similar to Operation Wolf, or if anyone remembers, I believe it's Rambo. Is it on the Mega Drive you do that? You shoot into the screen? Or Mercs on the arcade, you know, a Capcom game. Yeah, you've got sections like that. The lifts and elevator sections as well. So yeah, that's the general gameplay. Like I said, you can roll into enemies. You've got high jump, shoot enemies with your gun. There is no invincibility or a free bounce option like in Shinobi. Like if you bounce into an enemy, you bounce back, or rolling thunder. There isn't anything like that. If you touch an enemy, you will get hit unless you are doing the roll. Somehow the roll for physical hits really hurts enemies. Not necessarily bosses though. You can't just infinitely roll into bosses. That doesn't work, unfortunately. You need your ammo for that. So yeah, that's the general gameplay. But obviously it's more nuanced than that. But that's just general. Okay. Next up, let's go audio and sound. So the soundtracks, they're okay. To be honest, they're just average. I don't remember them. They're just. I don't think that's the strong point of this game. Is the soundtracks, but they. Yeah, they're there. They're there. It's nice to have, but they don't stand out. It's not going to be like, when you hear it, that's that tune from Crime City, stage, I don't know, 3-1, excellent. No, you're not going to be saying that about this game. Well, I certainly won't be. So the background music is okay. The actual voices and sound effects, the guns sound nice and meaty. When you hit the enemies, it's got that standard, that's nice. The grunts, punches and kicks, they all sound okay. So the actual sound effects to me are better than the background music, I'd say. So yeah, it's obviously I don't like to be particularly negative, so I'm gonna say background music is average. The rest of the sound effects for me are pretty cool. I actually do like them. Everything sounds meaty and chunky the way I like it. Wow, that sounded a bit like I needed to say pause there. Yeah, pause. Yeah, I don't necessarily like things chunky and meaty. Anyway, I'm digressing. So the sound effects are chunky and meaty, as all sound effects should be. That's better. Yeah, so sound and music, audio. Yeah, that's that done. As for the graphics, they're nice. Nice large sprites. The sprites are animated, okay. They're not the greatest animation, but for 1989, I think we can say that yes, this would stand out. It's of like an Altered Beast quality, and there's nothing wrong with Altered Beast. So yeah, and that came out I believe a year before this. So yeah, this is decent quality. No parallax scrolling realistically, unfortunately, or if there is extremely minimal 2 layers. The background graphics are nice. Diverse characters, good looking characters. Characters animate well. So I actually do like the graphics of this game. I think the graphics are probably the plus point, the high point of this game. So yeah, I really do like the graphics here. I'm not a fan of this game, to be brutally honest. It's plays too stiff for me. And I don't like the idea of when you run out of ammo. It does happen time to time and it is annoying. So yeah, it's a good game, but not quite for me. Would I have liked it back in the day? I'm going to say yes, I would have done. And I probably would have had more nostalgia for it. But as it stands now, I'm just not a fan of non-infinite ammo. Even if it was just for the pea shooter. Like, the power-ups can run out, but I'd like infinite ammo for the pea shooter at all times, even if they made it weaker. So yeah. So thank you, Pink Flamingo, for suggesting this game. And I have to say, while playing this game, all I could think of was, this reminds me of something, or something reminds me of this game. And that is a game by Sega. I'm going to say the arcade version of, is it E-Swat or E-Swat? How do you pronounce it? I'm probably going to get on people's nerves and pronounce it the wrong way, so I'm just going to say E-Swat. Yeah, we'll go with that. But yeah, this game has so many similarities to E-Swat. I'm not too sure which one I should say is better yet, but we'll get onto that because, I'm going to look at the arcade version of E-Swat now. Just so that you can see that obviously these games were in competition back in the day, but it was quite a bit of crossover and similarity there. So yeah, let's get on to E-Swat. Okay, so Cyber Police E-Swat. Something's nagging me saying it should be E-Swat, but anyway, Obviously, this is a quick history for this game. This is a side-scrolling run-and-gun game developed by Sega, as we know, and it hit the arcades in 1989 as well. So I don't know which one came first that year, but they both came out in 1989. This time, the action takes place in a place called Liberty City. Yeah, and you're controlling a police guy called Duke Older. Obviously, this is in one player. I don't know who the other guy is in two player. So yeah, obviously you're arresting criminals or wanted criminals and dismantling their terrorist organization once again. And yeah, so this is E-Swat. And I think it's very similar to Crime City. Obviously, I think Sega wanted their own RoboCop, but they didn't have the license, so this is what we had. So just like Crime City, we're gonna go do the general gameplay and mechanics, and it's very similar. You don't have a role, unfortunately, which I think puts Crime City above this. You can crouch and shoot, jump and shoot. You can shoot vertically. You can just push up. You can't shoot diagonally, or if you could, I messed up big time and I never did it. Obviously, you can jump and shoot. You can wait. Oh my god, I don't remember any power-ups. Oh, the power-up is the suit later on the third stage, I want to say. Yeah, but you know, everything's roughly similar. You can run out of bullets as well. This game is a lot easier to run out of bullets, which once again was a pain point for me. Yeah, this was just very much in the same vein. Obviously, I think both of them looked at RoboCop. RoboCop 1 on the arcade. Yeah, so bosses at the end of each stage, just the same as Crime City. Would have been nice to play in two player, but you didn't have that. So yeah, that's the mechanics and the general gameplay. Nothing realistically different there. It's very, very similar to Crime City. Very, very similar. Okay, for sound and audio, this game seems a bit uninspired to me. I know it's an arcade game, and at the time they were probably pushing out arcade games so fast between 87 and 1990 or 91. They were probably, and with their arcade tech as well being upgraded. But still, this game just seems, in the audio department, just a little bit flat, to be honest. The background stage music they're just not. I don't even know what to say. Yeah, the shots, the grunts, the speech and stuff, that they are better, but even then, they're not that much better than what we've had at that time. They still seem a bit uninspired, but the speech is very much appreciated. I do like the speech in this game, but overall, audio wise, it's lacking. And like I said, background music, man, Sega, really. Obviously, this hurts me more because I'm a Sega fanboy. I just am. So I've got a bias towards Sega. So it's a bit naughty what they did here. So yeah, audio wise, no. Once again, I think Crime City was better because even though the background music was just average, the rest of the sound effects were really, really cool. Graphically, I really like E-Swat. E-Swat. Oh, see, I knew I was going to make a mistake and start getting mixed up between two. But no, graphically, I really like it. The backgrounds, they're a bit plain. But, you know, the colours are nice. The different places that you go to, they're nice as well. So that's really cool. But really, I like the character design and artwork and animation. I really do like them. Parallel scrolling's weak, unfortunately. But I think the character design is nice. Unfortunately, they are overused too much. Like you get lots of the same characters, just different colored in sprites. So nice graphics, well, character graphics, but it's overused, which is a bit sad. I would have preferred better parallel scrolling or more parallel scrolling. I like the way the deformation of your suit, even though it's cheap as hell because it's an arcade game and you're losing credits. I do like that. Like I said, the animation, I think is actually alright. A little bit stiff, but I actually do like it. Nice arm movement when he's walking. His whole top of the torso could have just been still. But I like the fact that, yeah, decent animation there. Like I said, backgrounds can be a bit plain, but at least they're varied, which is nice. Yeah, so graphically, I do actually like this game. Now, is it better than Crime City? Ooh, it's a different style. It's a different style. Ultimately, I want to say, you know what? They're both good in their own realms, because now that I've played and seen Crime City, if I saw just a random JPEG online, I know it's Crime City. The same for E-Swat. I know it's E-Swat. I know it's not RoboCop. I can recognize the art style and the actual graphics of the game if I saw a single JPEG online. Back in the day, I would have said a screenshot in a magazine, but we don't get magazines no more. What a shame. Yeah, so it's graphically, I do like this game. I do like this game. I think I prefer the art style to Crime City personally, but I'm not going to say it's any better. I just prefer this particular art style. So just to wrap up, to me, this game is very similar to Crime City. Obviously, I played this game in an arcade back in the day. Not too much of it at all, because where I could play this, it was very expensive. Sorry, that's a lie. It wasn't very expensive. It was very hard. The credits didn't go far. This was ramped up, so your credits were just, yeah. So I didn't play this much, but I did like the look of it. For some reason, I never ever saw Crime City. I think Crime City, personally, I think Crime City is the better game out of the two. To each their own. If people don't agree with me, that's fine. But I just feel that Crime City is the better game. This is still a good game, but to me, this is just a better version, a better playing version of RoboCop 1 on the arcade to me. That's what this is. But Crime City is a better game than this. Yeah, I don't know what else to say really. Just that as soon as I played Crime City, it just reminded me so much of this game. The fact that they came out in the same year is amazing. I would have played more Crime City than I would have played this if I'd had the choice and the chance. But like I said, I never ever saw Crime City. So yeah. But anyway, that's it for me on this video. Once again, thanks to Pink Flamingo for suggesting Crime City to me. Or Pink Flamingo 6032. I'm out. I'll see you in the next game and the next video. Peace!